Okay, so if you're looking at me, you probably think like everyone else thinks, and that's that I look like Ben Stiller. Well, I'm not Ben Stiller, but people might know me from my Fit2Fat2Fit journey, which is something I did 3 years ago, and it was this kind of crazy, controversial journey where I let myself go for 6 months. I grew up my whole life in shape. I played football, I wrestled, and I grew up in a family of 11 brothers and sisters. And for me, I never struggled with being overweight. Well, I became a personal trainer, and that kind of led me to have some conflicts or a real disconnect with my clients, right? They looked at me as someone who didn't understand their struggles because I had always been in shape. And to be honest with you, they were right. I didn't understand where they were coming from. I couldn't understand why it was so hard just to stop drinking soda when I told them not to drink it. Yet they kept doing it. And I'm like, well, why is it so hard? Just don't drink it and you'll get healthy. But anyways, there was this disconnect between me and them, and I felt like there was something that I needed to learn as a trainer. So I had this thought of gaining weight on purpose and documenting the whole thing on a website and on my YouTube channel. And I called it Fit2Fat2Fit. So for 6 months, I let myself go, no exercise, ate whatever I wanted to. I ended up gaining 75 pounds in 6 months. I went from about 8% body fat to 32% body fat in just those 6 months time. And it was a very humbling experience. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And then losing the weight was another humbling experience, and it's something that really opened up my eyes to just kind of how hard it is, right? I don't pretend to know exactly how hard it is, especially for people who have been overweight for years or even decades or grew up overweight. There's no way I could ever understand that side of it. But for me, it really opened up my eyes and gave me a better understanding as a trainer of just how much more mental and emotional it is than I ever imagined. Before, I just focused on the physical, eat less, exercise more, and that's what we need to focus on. When in reality, the transformation or weight loss in general is way more of a mental and emotional journey. And that's what I learned from this whole Fit2Fat2Fit experience. And so that's who I am. I have a website called Fit2Fat2Fit.com, a book that I wrote about this whole journey called Fit2Fat2Fit. And so that's where you might recognize me from, and that's who I am. And the reasons that I use XOJO are, one is because of its quick digesting protein, right? Most in-game drinks out there, they do have electrolytes and some carbohydrates, which are good to drink while you're working out. The one thing that they're missing is protein, and not just any kind of protein, but fast digesting protein. Because if you try and drink a protein shake and some Gatorade, for example, during a workout, you're going to be bloated, right? It's not going to digest very quickly. So the cool thing about XOJO is it has that protein to allow your muscles to recover quicker intra-workout so that you can push yourself harder and longer. And so that right there is one of the main things that I like about XOJO. The second thing is that it's fat-free. So nothing against fat. I eat a lot of fat in my diet, but during workout, fat is a slower digesting macronutrient compared to carbs and protein. And so it's naturally fat-free, so that you can get the quick digesting protein and the fast absorbing carbohydrates during your workout, so it gets in there and does its job quickly, and there's no digestion issues drinking it during your workout. The last thing that I like about it is actually the taste. The taste is very, very good. It's very sweet. It's not weird tasting at all. It tastes just like any kind of fruity drink, but it's good for you, right? It's good for you during the workout. And that's why I love it, because if it was nasty, I wouldn't drink it, to be honest with you, because you don't want to drink something nasty while you're working out. It probably wouldn't be good for you. So those are the three things that I really, really like about XOJO, and that's why I recommend it to everyone.